Chapter 23. In the training room, on the mat, I stand there and wait. There's a dozen different aliens surrounding me. But don't worry, I'm not getting ganged up on. Well, I am, but I mean, Farrell planned this. It's part of my training. See how long I can hold my own. I recognize every face, though I've only spoken to a handful of them. Farrell stands off to the side, pride oozing. Begin. Taking a calming breath, I put out my hands. The guy on my right moves. I counterattack, pushing his foot out of my way and answering with a high kick. Behind me, someone yells, alerting me of the danger. Avoiding his punch, I shoot with my fire. He's thrown into another person, and they both go down. It's chaos, all these bodies rushing me, all these aliens attacking. But there's an essence of calm and control that I feel. Maybe it's the power that flows through my veins. Maybe it's a numbness from living this life. The leader folds his arms across his chest. Stay focused. One solid blow on each opponent is better than 5 weak ones. When several attack me at once, I spin and release my fire from everywhere. Some go down, some stay down, but a couple of them have a shield of their own, so they're not as affected. My lungs are burning. My leg is cramping. My nose is bleeding. Attack, Blaze. Don't wait so long, Farrell orders. I try to keep myself on fire to give myself some kind of protection, but I'm weakening. I even attempt a force field, but it doesn't last long. It drains too much of my strength anyway. My brother's better at the defensive power. I'm better at the offensive. There's only 3 guys left. I can do this. Yet, why do I want to succeed? Do I want to win just to feel good about myself? Or do I want to win Farrell's approval? I try blasting the guy directly in front of me, but he blocks with his red energy. Seeing him charge up, I somersault away. At one point, I try something new, something I've been debating. I blast the floor with my hands and feet, my fire shooting me upward, giving me the advantage. Above them, in midair, I shoot at all 3 opponents, but only one goes down. Once I land, I think I rolled my ankle. I attack the last 2. Block, punch, kick, yell. It's funny how that really does help, how yelling drives the power and force out to its full effect. One of them grabs me from behind, and the other punches at my exposed side, but I kick him hard in the chest, fire exploding from my feet. Then I throw my head back, hitting the guy's face behind me. He groans, and then I grab his arm and flip him over me. But I notice some of the others have recovered and are marching toward me yet again. I thought once they went down, that was it. When will I ever learn? Life here is not fair, and it never goes the way I expect it to. My vision is starting to go. Faces and bodies are blurring. My fire is flickering, smoldering away. Does Farrell want me to fail? Sharp jab to my gut. I wince. Does he want to see how I'll react? I'm suddenly on my knees. Then a solid punch connects with my cheek. I groan, pain searing half of my face. I raise a shaking hand. Maybe I can throw one final blast? But one of them clutches my wrist and then revs back to punch me into oblivion. All right, Farrell says. That's enough. Oh, thank goodness. The guy lets go of my wrist, and I lower my hand. On my knees, my head droops, arms trembling. A couple of my opponents pat my shoulder as they leave. Now that I've stopped moving and my adrenaline is starting to fade, I'm realizing how exhausted and sick I feel. I stay there, catching my breath, drenched in sweat. I think I'll just lie down and sleep here on the mat. Farrell comes toward me. He stands there and waits. I'm almost afraid to look up at him. Will he be disappointed in me? For some reason, I feel disappointed in myself. I lift my head. He's holding out a hand to me. Relieved and surprised, I take it and pull myself up, putting most of my weight on my right foot. I am impressed, son. You handled yourself very well. My insecurities flee. Thank you. You reminded me of myself. Really? He nods. I went through that same exercise with my father overseeing. He was not an easy man to please. I'm sure he wasn't. I walk, limp, to the bench by the wall and grab my water. Ouch. What is it? He asks. I suck in air between my teeth as the pain increases. I think I did something to my ankle. I landed wrong. I expect Farrell to start lecturing me about proper landing techniques, or make a comment about my weak human side, but he draws nearer and asks, Can you walk? I try it. Wince. Sit back down. Not really. Can you help me to the medical center? Certainly. Taking me completely by surprise, Farrell picks me up, then proceeds to carry me down the long hallways as if I weigh nothing. When I asked for help, I meant him just walking with me, acting as my crutch, not acting as my father. I'm really okay, I tell him. You don't have to. I've got you, son. Everyone stares. I'm embarrassed, but there's nothing I can say that will change his mind. Besides, my ankle is hurting more by the second. The faster we can get to the medical center, the better. I remember Dad carrying me to the house after I sprained my ankle playing tag. But I was a child then. When we finally arrive, he sets me down, and Doc tends to my injuries. Farrell stays and keeps an eye on me. I don't know what to think. Half of me is weirded out by his sudden concern and attention. I guess I saw a glimmer of it that day when I got beat by Dexam and Farrell came to check on me. And I saw sentimentality when he gave me Mom's shawl. Yet today seemed a step above that, because he took care of me in front of so many, without a hint of shame. He's always talking about not wanting to look soft in front of others. So yeah, a part of me is weirded out, but another part of me is grateful and encouraged. Could I really be changing him, as Wesley said? Am I truly having an impact on him for the better? Having lunch with the leader in his suite, I have to admit I'm appreciating his food choices. He's starting to pick flavors that I prefer, foods that I'm familiar with, like the breakfast burrito. Right now, I'm digging into something that reminds me of a roast beef sandwich, and it's amazing. Seated across from me at the dining room table, Farrell's talking on and on about how well things are going, how he's drawing in more money than usual, and it's mostly due to the suggestions we gave him. He recently implemented a couple of our ideas to test the waters, and though the audience seemed wary at first, they responded positively. Now the arena floor is somewhat padded, and certain fights are timed. Are there any areas where you feel we should spend more? He asks. Anything we could improve on? I wipe my mouth with a napkin. Maybe we could plug up the holes in the cells and in the lower rank rooms? First night for me and Wes was pretty awful, having to deal with the lobster beetles. He squints, setting down his sandwich. The what? Oh, I mean the minkas. When I first arrived, I gave them the name of lobster beetles because that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm assuming that's an earth creature? I nod. Here, I'll show you. I rise and cross the room, pulling up pictures of lobsters and beetles on his computer screen. He stares, and then breaks into laughter. In fact, he laughs so long I end up joining him. Once we quiet down, I return to my seat. I didn't know what they were called until Zoom told me. The mere mention of Zoom causes Farrell's expression to darken. The lightness is sucked out of the room. I swallow. But anyway, those are my suggestions. Oh, also, maybe a bigger restroom for newcomers? And a bigger bed? A twin-size one instead of the cot. What are the dimensions of a bed that size? He asks. I give a rough estimate, and Farrell makes a note on the screen behind him, considering my requests. Zoom enters and takes Farrell's empty plate. My half-brothers gain some of his weight back. He seems more energetic, and his eyes don't look as dull. I wish he could eat with us. I feel bad he's stuck in his room most of the time. I've tried talking to Farrell about it, tried to get him to ease up on his punishment, but he shuts down, brushes my arguments aside every time. How must Zoom feel? Serving his father and half-brother while wishing he was in my position. This is what he's always wanted. To have a real conversation with his father, to be noticed and cared about. Coming to my end of the table, Zoom gives me a refill of soda. Thanks, Zoom. Farrell's told me to not even speak to him, but I can't help myself. I think my words distracted Zoom because his arm knocks the glass off the table, and black liquid spills onto the rug. Farrell rises. Zoom! He scolds. I am sorry! He cowers beneath the table. I will clean it. The leader shakes his head, but he retakes his seat. Grabbing my napkin, I get on my hands and knees to help dry the wet spots, but Farrell growls. Leave it, son. It's the help's responsibility. I shoot a glare in his direction, though he can't see me. Nudging me, Zoom hands me something. A small square microchip. Possibly a reply letter for Jem? He nods, answering my unspoken question. Eyes widening, I slip it into my pocket. Thanks, I whisper. and for the first time in a long time, he smiles at me. Realization and gratitude suddenly strike me. Zoom's drink spill was deliberate. After lunch, I jog down to level 2 and check one of the computer screens in the hallway, searching for Jem. I type in her name and then see the little purple dot moving on the map of the ship. She's close. Jay's, one of my least favorite people here, hits my back, and not in a friendly, hey, how's it going kind of way. I jerk to face him. Easy, little prince. I'm only saying hello. I'm so sick of this guy. What is your problem? He narrows his beady eyes. My problem is you're getting life handed to you. You think you're so much better than the rest of us, fighters who have been here for years. I deserve everything you've been getting and more. Jace, I never asked for this. I never asked to be his son. I never asked to be here. I did. I pause. You volunteered? One of the very few. Others who volunteered were trying to save a loved one, but me? I just enjoy the thrill of the fight. Seeing a guard walk in our direction, Jace finally leaves. You better watch your back, Blaze. Shaking away the irritation, I sigh and check the map again before heading off in Jem's direction. I've got about 30 minutes before my workout session, so I need to hurry. I'm about to start running when I see her. She's walking with a group of girls, talking. Jem. She catches my eye and smiles her prettiest. Riley. She nods at the girls, telling them she'll catch up later. Do you have a minute? I ask. Of course. She steps closer to me. Is something wrong? No, just the opposite. I take her hand. There's something I want to show you. Intrigued, she nods, and we walk together up to level 3. This feels natural, us walking hand in hand. A part of me wants to hurry, excited to see her reaction to the letter. Another part of me wants to walk slower than a 3-legged turtle, keep her small hand in mine for as long as possible. Once we reach my suite, it's the only place I know will be safe, and the door closes. I pull out the computer chip from my pocket and hold it out to her. Her eyes widen with hope. Is that? This is your parents' response. It is, she whispers. How did you manage to... She looks overwhelmed, tears welling, chest heaving. Are you okay? I grip her shoulder. She's trembling. Play it, please, play it. Unable to stand any longer, she sinks to the floor, tucking her legs underneath her. If she's this emotional before hearing the message, how is she going to be after hearing it? Feeling torn, I place the chip into the receiver. It flickers on and begins to load the message. I want to stay more than anything, but I shouldn't assume. This is probably going to be a very emotional and personal moment. I'll let you hear it in privacy. No! She stops me with a gentle yet desperate hand on my arm. Please, stay. You're sure? She nods. Please. Jem needs me for strength right now. I'm honored to be that for her. And I'm honored she would allow me to witness this. Be here in such a vulnerable moment. I sit cross-legged on the floor beside her. She holds onto my hand like a lifeline. I hold on. Whatever happens, I'll be here for her. Her parents appear in front of us, life-size, holographic forms, slightly blue in color. The image grows fuzzy every now and then, a glitch in the transmission. But it's working. The recorded message is speaking to her. Jem, we are so sorry for what's happened, her father says. We have had no idea where you are or what's happened to you. We're thankful to know you're alive. He glances at her mother, who seems to be holding his hand as tightly as Jem is holding mine. Things are still tense here, he says, but we're continuing to fight. Thanks to brave ones like you, we still have our home and our freedom. Exhaling, Jem places her other hand on top of mine, relieved they're not under siege. Her mother speaks now. Your sisters send their love. Please know we love you dearly, Jem. A look of grief crosses over her face as time for the message is running out. We hope to see you soon. Her father speaks again, emphasizing every word. Our love, our forgiveness, our apologies, and our thoughts are with you. Stay strong, my daughter. The image fades into nothing. As soon as it does, Jem breaks down, choking out sobs as they tumble out faster and harder. I wrap my arms around her, not knowing what else to do. A part of me is worried I did the wrong thing. Maybe the letter, the emotion, is too much. But then I hear it. Through her tears, she whispers, "Thank you," over and over again until I lose count.